Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Windbreakers podcast. I'm Yahtzee Croshaw, the man himself. I'm joined by two other men themselves, Jay and Marty. Hello.
I like to think of myself as a large boy.
You certainly are. I like to think between the three of us, we cover the whole spectrum of hairy, bespectacled men.
That's true. We're like a Pokemon evolution.
Mhm.
Okay,
Also,
well, let's not go
I
into...
almost wore that shirt today, Jay. I have that same shirt. And I almost wore it today.
I've been intentionally wearing this on Mondays to try and catch you wearing the shirt. So
Oh my god!
and ever since we spoke about it, you haven't.
And I did this one.
Oh goddamn!
Oh, man. We're the black button-down collared shirt crew.
The BB boys.
Anyway, this week, our Windbreakers, we're talking about, very specifically, something we hit upon as a subject last week, the moment in games that kill the replay. Now, I'm sure we've all got our favourite games that we like to replay every now and again if we don't feel like exposing ourselves to anything new and just want to veg out in our comfort zones now and then. And so we all replay old games. But has this ever happened to you? You've been playing an old favourite game and you've gotten to that one bit where you just go, I think I might just stop now. I don't feel like doing this bit right now. And then you stop and you go to lunch and you walk the dog and then you just never go back to that replay. You're doomed for it to sit waiting for another 6 months or so before you decide to replay it again, go from the start, and the whole sorry routine begins again. That's what we mean by the moment that kills the replay.
Yeah, we literally streamed one 2 days ago when Nick and I were playing Persona 5, and we got to the Okumura boss fight at the end of the stream on Saturday.
God, that's
And
like
that
the
is-
one boss fight I had to look up advice for online.
And like the main strategy is put it on the hardest difficulty, which I'm like,
Yeah.
What?
It's a very strange strategy.
How does that
It's-
work?
It's kind of like a
Well,
trick boss
yeah.
fight, and on a harder difficulty, your critical attacks do more damage, and like the trick to the fight is kind of chaining critical attacks. But it's a real
Yeah.
pain in the ass. Like you would fucking hate that boss fight, Jay. Like you would make an
Yeah.
entire goddamn video about it.
Yeah, the easy mode for making higher difficulty settings is just have all the attacks do more damage.
Yeah, across the board. So
Oh,
But
God.
not to tangent or anything, when I was playing like Ninja Gaiden Rebound, and that's got a hard mode where it actually changes the levels and adds more traps.
Sick.
that's neat.
Doesn't just increase the damage, and I rather appreciated that. Yes. For me, I would say the first one that leaps to mind is Half-Life. And for me, it's the bit right after the first bit where you run into the soldiers. Like you,
Oh, okay.
like you go through We've Got Hostiles, as the level is called. And at the very end, like they open a big door to the silos and say, hey, just go this way now. That's where all the old abandoned industrial areas are. And that's usually the point where I go, I'm done with this for today.
Was that before or after where you ended your self-imposed Iron Man run the other year?
Quite a bit before.
Okay.
Quite a bit before that.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
don't know
It's funny
why.
that these pop up. Obviously, we're going to be talking about games like we enjoy, so it is funny that these moments kind of pop up in games that we consider good enough to want to replay several times. But then you get
Yeah,
to
I
that,
mean, that is the nature of this topic. That
Yeah.
these are all going to be games that are good. These are all going to be games that we like.
yeah,
We're talking about the one thing that gets up our nose about them. Jay, if you go on.
I spoke about one last week, which was which I'll only briefly touch on, which would be the opening of Twilight Princess. Just that entire tutorial village is just mind-boggling due to length and just like heavy tutorialization. But I'm kind of thinking of like modern games where I can think of. I haven't replayed them because they're so new, but I know they would be areas. So like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, as much as I loved Venice in the first playthrough, now that I've done it all and done all the side content, Vatican City, sorry. Jumping through all those hoops to get all that done again, I think would really slow down my drive to want to do it. And I think that's one of the greatest levels of all time. I think it's an incredibly designed level. But I think in the replay, it might suck. So
yeah, it is funny. You could sort of, I get those moments where like I'm playing something and I'm like, I'm enjoying it right now, but I know I'm not going to enjoy this on a replay. Like this is kind of not like a one-trick pony or a one-hit wonder, but like the thing I like about it can kind of only be experienced once.
You got to try and have some, willpower to force yourself through the bit you don't like, because if you do like stop there, then that's why it kills the replay. Because the next time you pick up the game, you're gonna have to play the dodgy bit.
Yeah, and it sucks that you then feel like you've played the back half of the game less than the front half of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've played that.
That's
we have
that's the,
in the. Oh, go ahead.
It's the classic routine. Deus Ex, System Shock 2. Everyone who likes those games, they've played the first few hours of it like 70 million times, and they've played the ending like 3 times.
Yeah, the Resident Evil 7 is in the thumbnail, and that's one that I always think about because I really love the opening 2/3 of it, up until the point where you get in the boat and go to the flashback tanker, and then you just fight goop monsters for the rest of the game.
Even on my first playthrough, I was done at that point. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I want to go back to the house.
It feels like there's always a point in Resident Evil game where all the fun gothic, mystery stuff sort of goes away and it becomes fighting a wall of snot in a lab.
Yeah, you either go down into a lab or you go to the island lab in 4. I think the island lab is probably the one I can stomach the most in 4 because I do like the invisible dudes or whatever they're the things.
Getting to the island is like a very clear I'm going to stop playing for now moment in that game.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's because is one of the reasons we stopped playing because of almost like a tone or a genre shift.
I think
a mechanical.
I think
shift.
that's the case with me and my Half-Life example, because it goes from like exciting escaping the soldiers to sort of a more slow-paced fighting aliens in like big underground industrial facilities, and it just feels like a bit of a lurch, I suppose.
Yeah, I feel like there are multiple reasons for why this happens. One is like a huge tone shift. The other, I think, would be designs that are like antithetical to the core experience. Like if you encounter not a mini game, but a section that is very different to what the rest of the game is, I think it really takes you out of it, and you're like, oh, I remember this. I don't really want to do this, and then you put it down. I'm trying to think of examples of that. Yeah, and like lengths of play.
Yeah, it's funny you brought up the Twilight Princess one earlier because there are openings of games where I'm like, fuck, I'm never going to want to do this again. Like, I should make a save file right afterwards. Like, I'm thinking of, again, I loved it the first time, but the opening to Phantom Pain of the hospital, like, is a very cool thing in the moment. But if you go back to replay it, it's like so scripted and railroaded and like tedious to kind of crawl along the ground. Which again is a cool way to open the game and a great first impression, but a replay kind of the thing I want to do when I replay Phantom Pain is infiltrate bases with a bunch of cool shit. Not crawl on the ground like a weird little slithery man.
It's one of the issues of like why horror games are so difficult to get replays out of, because you know what's coming, you know what the scares. And unless you're there for atmosphere, it's difficult to get the replay. And that's the same for like tutorialization. Once you know what you're doing in a game, and you do because you're going back to replay it, having to sit through that slow trudge of tutorialization, or like in the Vatican City's example, you know the outcome, you know where you're headed, but you have to jump through all these hoops to line it up. I think that just really takes players out. But how do you fix that? Like, some games are just inherently not really meant to be replayed. There's like a one-time experience.
Well, you say that, but I've replayed Silent Hill 2 like a million billion times, and I have like a replay killing moment for that. It's the apartment buildings at near the start of the game, because this is like a common complaint about Silent Hill 2. The apartment buildings at the start are kind of a slog. Like there's a bunch of different buildings, there's a bunch of different very identical corridors. You have to go down and check all the doors, check every apartment. And it's only like towards the end of the apartment building that you run into Pyramid Head for the first time. And then after that, you go straight to the lake and meet Maria. And that's where everything starts, like, the momentum builds. You start trundling down the rabbit hole with James. But you got to get to the end of the apartments to get there.
Yeah, it's like you have to take eat your veggies before you can have your pudding.
Exactly. From a narrative perspective, it works. Because it's about, you sort of, at the start of the game, you're sort of pinging around the town, not really sure what you're supposed to be doing. and it's where it starts funneling you down a path.
Yeah.
But it's it's still like maintaining that air of uncertainty. Don't
Yeah.
show footage of the remake, Eric. I'm going to slap you.
What
I
a
think
great
it's,
remake. I think we all agree. The greatest remake there ever was.
Man, I have thoughts. I'll delete those thoughts from my brain. I think it's interesting to also think of moments in games where the relief moment of getting through a tutorial is also a point where I'd stop. Like, I've tried to go back and replay Breath of the Wild a whole bunch, and I love the Great Plateau as a tutorialization of like a microcosm of the game. As soon as I get the glider and it's like, hey, here's the rest of the world, I'm like, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, I've done this before. Okay.
Funny. Yeah.
I'm like, I'll do something else. It's just there's too much.
It's like the
I
opposite.
remember doing all this. This took me
Yeah.
hundreds of hours. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, there are some games that for some reason I have points where I stop, and it's not because I almost can't pinpoint why. I have played the child section of Ocarina of Time so much more than I've played the adult section. Like, there are so many times where I'll get the Master Sword in Ocarina of Time and then just kind of stop my playthrough. And I like the adult stuff. I think the temples are great, although especially like you go to the forest temple first, and that one's awesome. But
I think
yeah,
sometimes with that example and the Resident Evil 4 example, some of this comes from like you've just done a really good bit. Like you just done a really good bit of a really exciting boss fight. And then like you stop right after that to catch your breath, as it were. But then you realize when you go back to it, you're going to go be straight into like one of the trough periods.
Yeah. So you almost like want to leave on a high note. Leave with like a good taste in your mouth. And then there are some games where I know exactly why I stop replays. And for two games I love, it is right near the end. Banjo-Kazooie, right near the end. One of the last challenges is a like a quiz board, like a game show kind of thing, and I fucking hate it because it asks you really insane questions about the game. It's incredibly tedious and very punishing if you fail it. So I hate that. And then Psychonauts, near the end, like after you've done the 3 mental patients levels, so like the bull, the Napoleon one, and the theater, you then have to like climb a tower, and climbing that tower is like a complete pain in the ass. Like you could tell they kind of ran out of money near the slash stretch of the game, and then there's the final pain in the ass, flaming circus level.
The meat circus,
Meat circus, yeah.
I also think another thing that can kill playthroughs is the memory of what a game was like. So, for example, with like Hollow Knight, I have memories of exploring that game, having a lot of fun, and then I go back for a replay and I realize, oh wait, all of the fun I was having was after I had all of the upgrades and I could freely explore and engage with the full extent of combat. But then starting it again, I realize, kind of similar to the Breath of the Wild thing, of just like, oh god, there's so much I need to do to get back to what I think was the most fun. And then I'm like, I'll play something new and try and get a fresh experience.
I wish, I guess you could just make them yourself with save files, or I guess download the save files. But I wish games, after beating them, everything had like a chapter select or like a DVD menu where like I could just choose to hop in. Like obviously narrative games, a lot of them will have like Uncharted, you can go back to specific chapters or whatever. But I don't know, because there are times where I'm like, oh, I really want to play this bit in the middle, but I don't have a save file from the middle, and I kind of don't want to play the first couple hours to get to that bit in the middle.
Yeah, when I replay Half-Life these days, I use the chapter select and skip straight to sometimes like straight to Office Complex, or even we got Hostiles.
It's the equivalent of like Yahtzee. You said like, oh, this weekend you didn't watch a movie, but you watched a bunch of random scenes from something. And it's kind of like that equivalent of like, I want to feel this thing without sitting down to experience the entire thing.
Yeah.
What about Dark Souls?
I was literally about to bring up. I was like, we haven't brought up Dark Souls yet.
What's everyone's replay killing moment in Dark Souls? For me, it would probably be the depths. Like my usual routine is to kill the gargoyles and then go down through the depths to the gaping dragon.
Yeah.
But the depths they're so dark and depressing, aren't they? And maze-like. I always feel it a little overwhelming when the area gets a bit too labyrinthine. Because I got to make sure
And
I checked
also-
every corridor. Got to check all those weird sewers with the fucking, cursey dudes, little
Basilisks,
cursey
yeah.
basilisk
the
men.
basilisks. And what's your reward for doing it? Fucking Blighttown.
I know,
Like-
yeah. I mean, I kind of like Descending Blighttown. I kind of like what being able to see it all unfold beneath you as you go.
Yeah.
And I've played enough
guess-
times to sort of have the place mentally mapped.
I didn't realize someone did like they pulled whatever, what's it called, no clip camera thing, where
Yeah.
literally like Blighttown is directly below. Like Blighttown theoretically is outside in a cavern. Like you could, if you look up, you could see all the way up to the Firelink Shrine. Like I didn't realize that. Yeah, Dark
It's one of
Souls
the
1's
great
really
things.
good.
It's one of the great things about Dark Souls 1's environment design is that if you look around at the skybox, basically everywhere you see is a place you'll be going to at some point.
Yeah. And then
You
for
can
Dark
see-
Souls 2, they said we
Yeah.
will not do that anymore.
You can see like Ash Lake from the catacombs through like
So cool.
the holes in the walls.
That shit is
Yeah.
cool.
I think it might be Blighttown or getting into Sense Fortress. I'm just like, if you get into Anor Londo, I think you're cooking.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're flying them. But before that, it's just like, oh god, just knowing what's coming.
I think
Oh god, fucking
I've
archers on the
played-
rooftops.
I mean, I love Anor Londo though, like, and I like Ornstein and Smau, and I feel
yeah.
like most of my playthroughs end shortly after there.
Yeah, I
Like
was
when I
thinking
get
that.
the Lord Vessel, I'm like, I'm
Like
done.
when you get the Lord Vessel, suddenly you've got like 4 different places you could go to. You can't quite decide where to start, and then you just sort of drift off.
Yeah, I also just don't. I like the environments in the first half of the game a lot more. Like I don't like the Tomb of the Giants doesn't do anything for me, and
No, I do think the
Obviously-
level design goes downhill after you get the Lord Vessel, because then, of course, you can teleport, and the game sort of uses that as a crutch for a lot of
Yeah.
it. A lot of it becomes just sort of linear paths, like through the Duke's Archives, through the Crystal Caves,
Yeah.
or down to the catacombs to Gravelord Nito. And earlier on, the game was all about interconnecting back with itself to compensate for the lack of a teleport.
Yeah, it's like they ran out of that steam, and that's why they. I
Yeah.
don't know if they've ever spoken on why they implemented teleportation halfway into the game,
then like in Dark Souls 2 and 3, you teleport from the beginning, and all the areas just feel slightly more linear because of that. And then in Bloodborne, they sort of bring back the Dark Souls 1 thing for this first half again with Yharnam. And then later on, fucking Nightmare Frontier, fucking
when she started going into
everywhere
nightmares,
else.
it was all it's all downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, all goes back to the old follow the path to the end again.
Yeah, I'm thinking
That
more games I love, but still have moments where I kind of tap out at a specific spot. And on a lot of Earthbound replays, I'll do that when you get to Summers, which is kind of like the beach area before
Yeah.
you go to the desert. Because I feel like up until then, the game has like a fun kind of like road trip vibe, like the towns you go to, like it feels like you're on like a little adventure. And then after that, the stakes really get ratcheted up.
It takes so long though.
It does,
Going
yeah.
through like 1 and 2 Sun and 3. That's like
yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Like I went back and replayed it, and it's kind of crazy how many hours it takes to get to like the big city Forside. In that game.
Yeah, and it is one of those games where like on a replay, as a kid, I didn't realize like you could just grind to become stronger for some reason.
Yeah.
But on a replay, it's one of those, if you like spend a little while grinding in the first town, like the difficulty ramp is much nicer than like getting your ass kicked by the big ant or all those fucking cops. How crazy is it that like 2 hours into the game, you just got to fight a bunch of cops as a child?
It's a wacky game.
It's a crazy game. I love it.
That's everyone's coming of age moment,
Yeah.
fight the cops.
Yeah.
Beating the shit out of a bunch of crooked cops with a baseball bat.
You grow up, leave school, fight the cops, run away to the next town,
Uh-huh.
and fight their cops.
You
I
fight
think-
their fucking fight a cult. Looks like the
Yeah.
clan.
I think for me personally, a lot of it is just time. When I think back to like the memories of games, I want to go back and play them because, as the kids say, I'm trying to catch a vibe. I'm trying to like feel those feels again. But then when you get in, a lot of it is games have got so long nowadays, and you're repeating the same gameplay systems over and over and over and over.
Well, of course.
That when I realized,
yeah. Because you
Sorry.
remember the memorable bits, because they're memorable, and you forget all the in-betweeny bits that you have to get through to get to the memorable bits.
Drown in fluff.
Yeah.
That's what kills it.
I could even another in the moment of like playing Death Stranding 2. I'm like, oh, when I do a replay of this, I'm gonna really want to get into the meat and potatoes of the delivery stuff and not have to deal with like the opening 5 hours in Mexico or whatever before you get to Australia. Shout out to Australia.
Once a jolly swag man.
Australia, friend of the show.
I still miss it.
What did you say about a billabong?
I said once a jolly swag man camped by a billabong, under, as the rumours foretold, the shade of a coolabah tree.
Confirmed.
Is everything
and
okay?
furthermore, and he proceeded to sing as he waited for his billy to boil, that you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Am I still sleeping? Is it yesterday? What is happening?
It's 3 a.m.
I said I didn't get a good sleep, but I feel like I might still be. I might be dreaming.
Well, I committed myself to memorizing the lyrics of Waltzing Matilda while I lived in Australia because it felt like the thing to do while you're living there.
It's a song. I've heard
it's
of them.
fun. Yeah. The next verse goes into the jumbuck. There's a jumbuck that shows up.
Fuck's a jumbuck?
It's a sheep. It's literally like Australian bushman talk for a sheep.
Oh, for a sheep. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, any other examples? Well, what's our favorite games? What's your favorite game of all time?
Beyond Good and Evil.
Resident Evil?
No,
Beyond Good and Evil.
Okay, Beyond Good and Evil. What's the replay killing moment from Beyond Good and Evil?
As soon as it gets into the stealth sections, I feel like as soon as you go to the factories and like Paige is taken and it goes into basically stealth and Double H. Like if you get to that, like the best side character is gone, replaced with a kind of shitty one, and then it's mainly stealth. And I prefer the exploration, the photography and stuff like that. So that's the bit where I'm like, oh god, gotta go to the fucking moon.
Yeah, because until you get locked into like the stealth bits, there's an arrangement of things you can do. There's a variety of things you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of get funneled.
Yeah.
I'm almost trying to think now of like what are games that don't have any. Like, do you think Portal has any kind of replay killing moments, or do you think it's like tight enough that you can?
I would say that. Well, it's short enough that you can like knock it out in a session. If we're talking about Portal 2, then I always seem to stop right after you like drop down to the bottom of the facility and run into all the bits with J.K. Simmons in.
Yeah.
That's always the point I stop.
Yeah.
Portal 1,
which is funny because again, I think that stuff is good, but I also agree I've played the opening of that game way more than I've played the rest of it.
I think Undertale is a game that has no replay killing moments for me. Because last time I replayed it, I was replaying it for like a video or something. And I thought to myself, I'll just get to the snowy mountain bit, then I'll stop there and get something else done. Because in my mind, I was thinking, when you get to the snowy mountain bit, that's where it gets boring a bit. But then I just didn't. I just like wanted to keep playing and kept playing until like the end of like the volcano section.
And that game changes so much based on
because it's just a game,
right?
Well, it's really just.
Do you always play the same way, or do you like? If you
I always
play, are you like I'm gonna kill everything?
I always play the neutral path, and then I play the pacifist path. I've never played through the genocide path because I'm a good boy, and I don't want the NPCs to be disappointed in me.
That was my only playthrough I've ever done of Undertale, to the genocide run.
That's not how you. That's not the first experience of Undertale.
A friend of mine who had played it to death was like, I was like, "What would you say is the best way to go through? What's the most fun?" And he was like, "Kill everything."
I think that guy was pulling a prank on you.
Oh, he's a knobhead. I love him, but he's a knobhead.
Shout to nubs. How long is Undertale? I've been wanting to play that.
It's not that long.
Couple more years.
I mean, you got to play through like. You gotta get the neutral ending before you can go for the pacifist ending, and to my mind, you're not done until you've gotten the pacifist ending.
Yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not huge. Like 6-hour jobby, maybe.
a 6-hour job.
Variety, length, and I guess like gameplay variation is what makes something replayable in my mind.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
maybe it's longer, but it feels shorter because I like it so much.
Yeah.
that's also a you know a game's good when you're like, I did not realize I've been playing it for this long.
Mm.
Yeah, there's also that I mentioned it kind of in Psychonauts, but there's like I feel like there's some moments in games where you can kind of tell like the team seems to have like either if it's a funding problem or something where it just like lost the momentum or didn't know how to end this thing. Like I BioShock is a great example of like getting up through Would You Kindly is like a perfect video game, and then the last third of it is kind of gunky, especially the boss.
That's got a really strong opening, and then like an entire game's worth of replay killing moments.
Which is fun, which is funny because I think I don't know if I like it more than Infinite. I kind of have them both close together, but I think Infinite's ending is really strong. Personally,
I remember liking it. I have tried replaying it. What did I stop? I think
I've
it
never
was
replayed Infinite. Probably should.
not too like I didn't get too far in. It's funny, I don't really remember much about Infinite besides like the beginning and the end.
It's because a lot of it is fluff.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a lot of it is fluff, and that's the main.
But you get to ride on a cool Sky Pirate roller coaster thing.
Yeah, I like the swashbuckling riding along the monorail lines stuff.
Yeah,
it feels like you're fucking up Disneyland.
I love fucking Disneyland.
Do we have any other examples? Should we go to super chats because everyone's got their own example?
I gave my favorite game. I gave my favorite game. What are yours for both of you and your replay killing moment?
Well, I already mentioned Silent Hill 2. Half-Life 1 I mentioned. Half-Life 2, I think probably Ravenholm is, again, because it's like such a huge tone shift. And I always remember the Ravenholm being a slog because it's a little bit unintuitive where you're supposed to go at each point in that part of the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think I think a lot of those Super Nintendo games are kind of tight enough. The ones that I love the most are kind of tight enough to where they don't have those, like Chrono Trigger or Super Metroid, Link to the Past. I will say though, Breath of the Wild, I literally did just stop a replay and switch to when I got to the stealth section with the Yiga clan.
I think
I literally just haven't gone back to it. Like
I think Chrono Trigger's moment for me is right after the first part of the game, after you get back to the present and get thrown in prison, because up to that point the game had a clear objective and a clear plot, and after that the plot sort of loses focus.
Yeah,
like what the hell do we even do now? We'll just like teleport to some other time period and question mark, and this
it kind of becomes vignette-y, where it's like, oh, here's the robot vignette, and here's the cave woman vignette.
Yeah. Oh, it turns out there's an evil god trying to destroy the world. Oh, should have guessed. I mean, for a while there, it was an interesting plot about characters dealing with the consequences of their own decisions. But no, it's got to be teenagers fighting evil god by the end. That's the JRPG plan.
Now kill
teenagers
god.
plus a frog.
And plus a frog, yes.
Yeah. Frog's so good. God, Frog's so cool. I think Frog might be the coolest.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, he's got like a big muscle too that he flexes every once in a while.
Who would win in a fight between Frog from Chrono Trigger and Joker from Persona 5?
Oh, Frog? That's a great question. It's got to be Frog, right? He'd lick him.
No, Joker's got the dirty tricks. Frog's too honorable.
That is true. Frog's honor would get the best of him.
Yes.
Also, speaking of Persona 5, during Nick's replay, he, in one single in-game day, in the morning, he reached level 9 with the hot goth doctor and told her that he loved her. And in the evening, he reached level 9 with the journalist and he told her he loved her as well. And I'm like, Nick, in the same day.
What a man whore.
You haven't even gone home.
Slept well that night.
He's cruising for the bad ending, the bad harem ending.
That's what we are. We're pressuring him to do that.
Can a harem ending be bad?
Well, in Persona 5 it is, because all the girls come over and kick your ass.
And you feel bad. You make them sad. I don't want to make them
Yeah.
sad. My sweet waifus.
They're fucking they're pixels, mate. I don't give a shit.
Nevertheless,
I look like a
I'm a one
sociopath.
waifu man. As previously mentioned, I hate to disappoint NPCs.
People pleaser.
I just hate conflict. What can I say?
Oh, you like
Right.
combat? Interesting.
Yeah, what a gotcha. Well done. Right.
Like, then you just ate a nut slowly. That was weird.
All right. Super chat time. And I think the first few super chats didn't quite grasp precisely what we were talking about, meaning, the one bit in the good game that kills the replay. And
That's fine.
for a while, they just go on about generally bad things in games. But anyway, Dr. Theo gives $2 and says, bad endings or poor optimization for me. Well, if you got to the ending, Dr. Theo, then it didn't kill the replay, did it?
Do you know what really fucks up my replay when the game ends? I hate it when they do that.
Yeah, funny that.
Although, like, if a bad ending leaves like a bad taste in your mouth, does it sour the whole thing? Like, do you go back?
You're never
That
going to go
was-
back and replay it. Ooh.
Yeah.
That was definitely the case with 12 minutes. I was
Sure,
sort of liking the game up until the ending.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Classic
never
Zen
going to...
Incest babies.
Still an all-time stream. Absolute
I'm
all-time
never
stream.
gonna go back and watch Game of Thrones because I know what it's leading to, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this is all
I know.
Oh
waste.
man,
all the season 1 was fucking great.
dude.
One through like
Game of
5's
Thrones
really good.
rewatch. A Game of Thrones rewatch hits hard. I did it like 2
Yeah,
years ago. It
that's
hits
just-
real hard. It's real good.
Well,
Now you can
where
just
would
stop at a certain point.
Yeah, where would you stop? Season 6?
The problem is
Jon Snow's death?
the problem is there's like legit, maybe
Yeah.
Jon Snow's death, but there's like legitimate masterpiece banger episodes all the way up
Yeah.
through the last season.
Okay,
like
what were
Night-
the bangers in
like
what were the bangers in season 8? I just out
the
of
night
interest.
before the Battle of Winterfell? The one where they knight Brienne and everything, and I think her and Jamie finally knock boots.
See, that was the point where it felt like every dialogue scene was, oh, here is a character. Let's just remind ourselves of the previous occasion these characters met, and then do a little funny based on that. Next scene.
Sure.
Or wrap up plot because we
Yeah.
need to move things forward.
Yes.
Also, there's no way
yes.
it was that bright. Whatever you did to that image, that is not what that scene looked like.
Yeah.
That is way too bright.
Yeah.
That's got exposure all the way to Hundi Max.
Raven gives $5 and gives his weekly word of the week.
Ooh.
Week 11, rapacious. What
I don't know.
What
I don't
does
think I know what
rapacious
rapacious-
mean?
Can you use it in a sentence?
I was feeling very rapacious today.
Parapaparacious?
Raparacious? That doesn't give me any context clues. Silly?
It means greedy. It means
Greedy.
yes. It means unsatisfiable, rampantly,
Mm,
aggressively
okay.
so.
Gluttonous?
Like the rapacious pursuit of corporations in America.
There you go.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Zhao Berlin gives 2 BAMs. Thanks for the
fuck is a BAM?
I don't
we
know.
found
It just
something,
says
didn't we?
BAM. And he says
I think
DK.
Bosnian Herzegovinian money.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice. He says DK equals decay in connections today. Is New York Times watching? Yeah, I saw that when I did
Yeah.
this morning's connections puzzle. One
Yeah.
of the connection themes was words that sound like 2 letters together.
Yeah. So it was like easy.
So the others were easy and ZT and Geo. And one of them was
Dot com.
DK.
Love connections.
Literally,
don't
you
think-
mentioned New York Times and just stopped doing what she was doing and has wandered in to look at the screen.
Alex Armstrong gives $5 and says, for me, it's unfun parts in a game that make me want to skip them or just play something else, like boring stroke difficult levels or forced stealth stroke escort bits. Yep, that was the that was
You know what?
the
I'm going to
topic.
defend.
Well done.
I don't
Yeah,
like
that's-
forced stealth. I don't mind escort missions.
Depends
I like
on the
when like another
escort mission.
character's and how like if a character can like have any modicum of like self-preservation.
My
Like, I never found the Ashley stuff in Resi 4 to be annoying.
no, me neither. My rating for escort missions is asks one question: does the NPC do their job?
Sure.
And Ashley's job is to stay out of the way and do as she's told. And she does pretty well.
Yeah, you can tell her to hide in a garbage can, she'll hide in the garbage can.
Yeah. Then you get like the fucking NPCs in Daikatana who you can't finish the level unless they're with you, and they all get stuck. They're like pathfinding, all get stuck on like the geometry 3 rooms back. That is an NPC not doing their job.
That's annoying. I hate having to slow down for something to like keep up with me. Even those like the little puzzle piece things in Donkey Kong Bonanza, like where it's like, my 3 children are gone, please find them, and you have to like slowly walk them back. I'm like, come on, fuckers.
Yeah, that's not the hard bit. The hard bit is making the path for them, not staying by them. So I don't know why they do this whole like range thing. It's very, very annoying.
Also, you should just be able to pick them up. Kong is very strong.
You should be able to launch them. I want to chuck them into the void.
Like Koroks in Tears of the Kingdom. Strap a rocket to them and just fire them across a river.
Maybe they don't like being picked up. Maybe they're skittish like cats.
Don't care. I'm bigger. I'll pick them up.
I'm Kong, King of the Jungle.
Yeah.
Alex Armstrong. Oh, done that one. Murray the Demonic Skull. Reference to the third Monkey Island game, incidentally. Gave us $5 and says that one mandatory mission, I think he meant, that is a huge difficulty spike and doesn't use any of the major gameplay mechanics of the game, e.g. mandatory mini games.
Yes, it's
always bad.
You mentioned the Yiga Clan stealth. I mean, most famously, Mary Jane missions in Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man for the PS5. Like, anything that is very different from the main thing you've been taught, and there's, like, huge failure states in it, get fucked. Like, fuck all the way off.
Are there examples of a section that's incredibly different that's really good? Who's got
The Great Mighty Pooh from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Mighty Pooh is very different and very good.
That's a single set piece. It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that different gameplay-wise, though.
I like the dungeon in Persona 5 when you get turned into mice. I like mice. I like the mice. I don't think a lot of people like that, but I like being turned into mice.
Anything that's interesting, right? The Great Mighty Pooh is a gameplay shift, but it's weird enough that even though there's a failure state, it's interesting what's happening and you want to go back and play it. The Mary Jane stealth missions, you are throwing objects to avoid enemies. I've seen this in 1,000 games.
Yeah.
Like, it's not interesting. Why is this in the game?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess then there's some games that are kind of built around that. Like Titanfall 2, like the levels kind of have different conceits. I guess you're just shooting the whole time, but still like the swapping between the 2 different time periods is a very...
There's games like Killer 7, where it's constantly changing itself up from chapter to chapter.
Almost feels like different genres, yeah.
Yeah. That's got like certainly highlights and lowlights.
Yeah.
Bookworm776 gives $5 and says there's a reason why Skip the Fade is one of the most popular mods in Dragon Age Origins. You know, I don't think I finished Dragon Age Origins. I don't think I got to that bit.
I assume the Fade is like an area or something. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I think it's like the magical ethereal realm in Dragon Age.
It's funny there's an entire goddamn mod that can skip it for you.
Well, there's a mod that skips the what is it? The vault opening of Fallout 3. Like, that's one of the most popular mods. Is just completely skip the opening of the game, which again is, hey, long-winded tutorialization. People don't want to do it.
Yeah, that probably works well the first time. I was shocked at how quickly New Vegas just gets into it. Also, I'm very much enjoying New Vegas.
Hey, you've been shot in the head.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Fucking Matthew Perry just threw you in
super spicy take. Fallout New Vegas, pretty fun good.
It's pretty good.
Oh, steady on.
I know,
pretty
dude.
Good.
Don't burn yourself.
I killed a bunch of pedos last week.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Felt great. They're dead.
And you also enjoyed playing a video game as well.
Oh, Gundam.
Sovereign gives €5 and says, obviously it's that bit where you inevitably die in a perma-death run. It's like right there in the name. Yeah, I tried to do another Iron Man run of Black Mesa the other weekend. I thought enough time had passed. I was ready to go into that breach again. Didn't even get like halfway as far as I got last time. I got to the bit in We Got Hostiles where you're climbing down the burning elevator shaft. Slipped on another fucking tricky jumping puzzle and burnt to death, and well, bollocks to this then.
I did a perma-death run, like a hardcore run of Diablo 3 with a friend, made it all the way to the end of the game. And like outside of the end boss's room, we were just killing mooks, right? And if you've played ARPGs, you know that once you get to the end of the game, you're basically just immortal and everything around you just dies if it comes near you. But this one tiny skeleton was inching towards me, not getting hit by any of my shit, came up to me, bop, one-shot me right before I was about to complete the game. It was poetic.
What did weren't you wearing a helmet?
No, I was like, I left it at home. I was like, no one's going to bonk me on the head. Oh shit, the skeleton. He's wielding a femur.
He's the hero of his story.
Oh,
He's
no.
wielding a femur. It's not even his own either.
No. Where'd he get it? I'll never find out because the run's dead.
Is it like the Russian army in like the Second World War or the First World War, where they didn't have enough guns for everyone? So one guy would hold the gun, the other one would hold the ammo. Is there like that with skeletons? One guy donates the femur, the other guy has to swing it around.
He's just pulling
you pick his parts up, yeah. That's great.
Alex Armstrong is $2. It says Zelda, Wind Waker, Forsaken Fortress, and Crash's Bridge levels. I didn't mind Crash's Bridge levels because at least they didn't go on very long.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of specific levels in like old platformers. Yeah, that I play the first. I don't know if I have an exact moment, but I feel like I replay the. I hate the opening of Sunshine. Like all the shit you have to like. There's like a little bit of a prelude, and you have to fight a boss like before you actually get to arrested and go to the island.
Yeah.
I think that's annoying, and then I feel like halfway through the game, I kind of just fizzle out. But I do like the first couple hours on the island. Good vibes.
Danny Matthews gives £5. Steady on, Marty. We're going to do some British referencing. Yahtzee, I've been wondering this for ages. Is Terragorn based on Father Stone from Father Ted? Ooh, good instincts, Danny Matthews. That was exactly what I had in mind when I came up with that character who appeared in my second Jack McKeown book, Will Destroy the Galaxy for Cash. The idea was a character who's a villain who's like considered a horrifying presence that everyone's terrified of. Not because he's evil, but because he's incredibly boring and socially awkward. And every time you're in a room with him, the tension just gets so unbearable.
I like it.
Father Ted's a great show. It's a shame it's made by a massive bigot. But it's a great show.
One of the creators turned out to be a massive bigot.
This is
the
true.
other one's fine.
Did you guys ever see the sequel? The sequel with the talking bear?
Father Teddy Bear?
No, just the movie Ted.
Oh, that.
We'll be right back.
That's American humor. Far too sophomoric for our.
Was it? I think it was bad humor. I just think it was bad humor.
Anyone seen The Naked Gun? I've heard mixed reviews.
Oh, I've heard very good reviews. No,
I want to see it because I heard it's like a machine gun of jokes. And only like 1 out of 10 hit, but they come so quick that you're laughing constantly.
That's always been my philosophy in my videos. Yeah. That's how I gained a reputation for being a funny guy.
The Mel Brooks approach.
Where was I? Mirith gives $2 and says, all the mini games in Dave the Diver kills it. Isn't that just all of Dave the Diver, Mirith? It's just a whole bunch of mini games.
The start of a new day. That is what kills a Dave the Diver run.
Yeah. Blistered Soul goes $1.99 and says, Mario 64, wet dry world. Aimless and with bad vibes.
I agree. I don't like wet dry world. Honestly, I don't like most of like the last couple levels of that game.
Is that the world where Mario does his laundry?
That is, yeah. You hang it out. No, you change the level of
the level of the water.
There's water, like 3 different water states.
I'm not as familiar with Mario 64 as I am with other Mario games.
Sure.
I never had an N64.
That's right.
Europe was a Sega region at the time.
I had an N64. It has those like those little like flippy monsters that would like chuck you. Trying to climb up the thing. Bastards.
Oh yeah, and that could be a pain in the ass where you get to the top and then all of a sudden you're back down at the bottom.
Mario the Demonic Skull gives $5. Says Jack and Daxter series hasn't mentioned much here, but in Jack 2 there's this level Escape the Water Slums, or the drill platform in Game Plus mode. I'll
Funny
take your word for that. That those bits are killing the replays. Maybe the demonic skull.
Funny you mentioned Jack and Daxter.
What?
There's a possibility Second Wind will have more Jack and Daxter content soon.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Casey and I might be playing.
Remember when Naughty
Sick.
Dog would keep their IPs to as one per console generation?
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoots just for PlayStation, Jack and Daxter's just for PlayStation 2, Uncharted's just for PlayStation 3.
Remember when games
And
used to
then
come
they
out as
ruined
at a relatively brisk pace?
Yeah.
Remember when it didn't take a decade to make a game?
God damn
The
it,
Bridge
Last of
Farm
Us.
remembers.
Yeah.
Fungus Finding gives $2 and says, was Mount Moon frustrating or was that an ice cave?
Ooh, that's Pokemon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There's nothing specifically frustrating in my recent replay of Red and Blue. I really like original Pokemon though. To be honest, nice little adventures. Good job, Ash Ketchum.
How many is too many Pokemon, would you say? At what point did it get ridiculous?
Want a hot take?
2.
152. The second there was a Pokemon after Mew, I was like, this is too many. There should be 150, and then
Yes.
this little secret bonus one, and I don't want anything else.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Yeah.
Murray the Demonic Skull comes back with $10 and says, I replayed DK64 for fun before Bonanza. Even ignoring 101% completion to get to the final boss and end credits, you have to beat the original Donkey Kong arcade game twice.
That is insane.
The thought.
DK64 is an insane game. Like that
Well,
was that and Banjo
Well, it was
2.
rare.
Prime
Rare in their
examples of
rare in their 64 era when they also produced Conker's Bad Fur Day. They
yeah,
were a whimsical bunch.
they were prolific during that generation.
I know, pushing
GoldenEye,
shit forward.
Perfect Dark, Banjo, Blast
Wow.
Core, Jet
Remember when you
Force
could make
Gemini.
more than one game a year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Armstrong is $2. Says dying during Paper Mario: 1,000 Year Door's Pit of 100 Trials. Well,
that's a big
in fairness, they let you know what you're in for at the start. When they call it the Pit of 100 Trials.
I never do it. Even if I love a game, I never do any of those. Like Breath of the Wild has a gauntlet trial like that. I'm like, I don't need to do this. I don't know the prizes. There might be a motorcycle or something.
You ever played Master Mode?
No, I've never played Master Mode. Seems
you ain't got that motorbike, dude.
I don't got that dog in me. I don't got that motorbike dog in me.
Golden Yetich gives $5 and says, I've been playing games so long that I bounce off for reasons that are hard to articulate, like I have a subconscious philosophy how they should work. Oh, so your replay killing moment works in mysterious ways, is what you're saying, Golden Yetich.
I kind of dig what they're saying though. Like, you have a memory of what a game was like. Breath of the Wild again. The Switch 2 upgrade is what the memory of Breath of the Wild looks like in my head. Like it looks that good. If you go back and play the original Switch version, or God forbid the Wii U version, it looks like ass. So maybe when a game doesn't line up with your, as you were saying, Yachts, the fun memories of you remember the good bits, as soon as you get to the sloggy fluff, you're just like, no thanks.
Yes. That's why I say a remaster should look like how you remember it, not necessarily how it actually was.
Yeah.
Gildon, no, don't that one. We Don't Need No Badges gives $5 and says The Witcher, Swamp Area, Witcher 2, Flotsam Stealth Mission, Witcher 3, Novigrad Main Quest, but all are followed by the best parts of each game.
See, that's always the tough thing. Do you press on through the muck in order to get to what you like?
Yeah.
Look at that swamp. There's never been a good swamp, has there?
Nothing great was ever acquired easily, except the human orgasm.
Yeah, Billy Zane.
But even then, you got to put some work in.
Yeah, a little bit.
I wonder if the first caveman to discover masturbation was remembered by his peers as a hero.
Why did he die?
Y'all, you are not going to believe what I've just discovered. You can just crank off, and it feels great.
Have you guys tried cranking? And they're like, going absolutely. There he goes. Not on stream, Marty. Not on stream.
Oh, no.
Those things are so tiny.
It is so small and it is so
I've heard
caked
that
in
before.
dust and not charged.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're cranker.
You don't want a tiny cranker.
No.
That's very
Hold me
Well,
disappointing.
closer,
I
tiny
can't help
cranker.
it. I literally can't help it, dude.
Ryan Betts gives $5 and says, on second thought, you lot probably shouldn't play my GMTK Game Jam game, Cthulhu Loop. It's way too spooky and only a true gamers man would play it. Oh, reverse psychology, are we? Ryan Betts?
I will
Yes.
say, Ryan Betts, the Cthulhu Loop is a good name. I do like that name.
So,
Because I think
the game
loops
makes
was
still...
the theme of it. Loops.
Yes, the theme is simply the word loop. And I had an idea, which I can't be bothered to actually do, but I noticed that loop is the word pool backwards. So I was going to make a game about swimming backwards through an upside-down swimming pool.
Oh, that'd have been fun. I think we should. We mentioned this in Slack. We should like get it on our radar next time he does one of those, and do like a little second win game.
Yeah, we should submit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be fun.
Blistered Soul gives £199 and says, yes, Jack 2's gun turret on rail levels were awful,
Gun turrets,
as they so often are.
Yeah, Dead Space when you got to shoot those asteroids.
The-
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out
what
of
was
here.
it there?
It's the complete opposite though in Ratchet and Clank. Whenever I get those grind rail boots and I see a grind rail section, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like hell yeah. Sign me
Yeah,
up.
they're pretty fun. Perhaps now you understand our fondness for Bioshock Infinite's core gameplay.
There you go.
Fair.
Crankers game right there.
Alex Armstrong gives to $5. Says, meanwhile, in Bizarro World, Anita Sarkeesian defends porn games while demeaning angry Puritan mothers. Any thoughts despite not being into those games? How do you know we're not into porn games? Alex Armstrong,
talking
maybe
about
that's something we don't
cranking.
like to advertise.
We're just talking about cranking.
Well, yeah. We were just mid crank talk.
I like my porn to have a plot. I like to put some kind of emotional work in,
There you go.
and you get more invested that way.
I imagine we're all on the same page of puritanical groups trying to
Yes.
strong arm the game censorship. It sucks.
Yes, it's
Big
bad.
suckage.
Blow their phones up.
Yeah, you
Continue
can
blowing
go.
their phones up.
You can go. Study your religion in private. Let us crank to the hentai games in private.
Yeah.
You know?
Stop Killing Games ended up getting some momentum. We can do it from the grassroots. It's possible.
Stop cranking games. Let's hope that doesn't get
Keep cranking
momentum.
games.
Keep cranking games.
Keep cranking, or nobody
Yeah.
explodes.
What did they do in Prohibition? Like everyone got shamed into like banning alcohol.
Yeah.
And how do you protest that? Just saying, hey, I would like to get shit faced, please.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say it. I'm gonna get blitzkrieged and beat my wife.
We're gonna crank so that future generations can crank. We're not cranking for us. We're cranking for those
Quite.
who come after.
Well,
I mean,
when
for-
you actually
for-
think about it, Marty, when you crank, it is for the future generation.
Yes.
Damn.
I mean, in the long term, maybe. In the short
Yeah.
term, that's an awful lot of potential babies going right down the bin.
You don't know the amount of swamp children that exist. The study hasn't been done.
I feel like we
Moving
gotta get to the
on.
next- I feel like we got to get to the next topic. We got to be somewhere close to it.
Ryan Betts gives $5 says, for real though, my game soft lock soon as you get to the good bit, but I'll have that ironed out in time for second win game jam. When's that again?
We've
Next week.
we've wanted to do a second win game jam for a while. We've been talking about it. It's just organizing it is a feat.
Turns out everything's
So-
a lot of work. Why can't
Yeah.
things
Turns
just
out,
not be a lot
yeah.
of work?
Especially when you're wrangling like 15 guys.
Cranker's nightmare.
Anyway, King and Commoner gives $10. Says, I wish games removed resource limitations after beating them. I'd love to go back to Tears of the Kingdom, but then I remember I have to hunt down parts of crafting and I'm stuck with the battery on vehicles. Yeah, it'd be nice if games went back to doing that thing where they unlocked cheats.
Yeah,
That you can,
well, like a
once you finish
sandbox
the game
mode or something.
once, you can unlock cheats you can to play
Gotcha.
through the game with. Like the Infinite Rocket Launcher in Resident Evil 4.
I don't know why
Game
games
mode?
stopped doing that. It's so fun.
So they could sell the cheats as DLC.
Fuck's sake. But they don't. They don't sell like big head modes or like Like Ratchet and
I would
Clank,
pay money for a big head
the
mode
fucking
again.
Rhino. Knowing I'm gonna get the Rhino is like, we spoke about this before, like ages ago. Whenever I finish a Ratchet and Clank game, I immediately start a new playthrough with a Rhino and see how fast I can go through the game. And it's not difficult at all, but it's a lot of fun. So just give us cheats.
Give us cheats.
Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, idea, swap split fiction protags with Zelda and Samus. You can have that, Alex Armstrong, but then Monkey's paw curls. It's the Zelda from the CDI games and the Samus from Metroid Other M.
No.
Oh, shit.
No.
I'll still play it.
Lord of the Rings fan 193 gives 199 and says Persona 5 Royal Okamura boss fight. Oh, that was one of the very first ones we mentioned. LODR fan 193. Where were you?
Reading Lord of the Rings.
Still fighting. Still fighting Okumura.
There you go. Permafrosty79, member for 16 months in tip jar. Thank you very much.
Hey,
and then Far Too Many Frogs gives $10. Says, I'm hitting the killing progress moment with Digimon Story Hacker's Memory. After Cyber Sleuth helped me get through a really stressful summer. Slightly worried about getting into Time Stranger now. Wow, I don't know what any of those things are, Far Too Many Frogs. But I'm glad you're getting through life.
Digimon are digital monsters. And they're
yes, I know what Digimon are. That was the one thing
they
I
are
knew.
The champions.
Yeah.
They are the champions.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
I haven't played any of those games, but I'm excited for Time Stranger. It's the upcoming.
The people I know who like the Digimon games are really into the Digimon games.
Yeah.
And they're the only people I know who play them.
It's like the Pokemon for hipsters. It's like, you just like the mainstream Pocket Monsters, do you?
Incoming an essay on why Digimon is better than Pokemon. It's coming.
Oh, God.
The Digimon World games for PS1 they're gorgeous and they're truly insane. Your Digimon can shit little poos, and the poos just stay in the world. They just exist in the world for the rest of the game.
Fucking sold.
Little poos.
I could be wrong about this, and I'm sure I'll get corrected, but I'm almost certain there is a Digimon called WMD, and one of its moves is genocide.
I love it.
Okay. Well, that's a bit near the knuckle.
The white knuckle.
Alex Armstrong comes back with $2 and says, Thief 2's bank level. So many guards and loud floors. Yeah, it's pretty hard, but
loud floors, dude.
That's part of the fun. That's the whole game.
Do you just hate it when you're sneaking into a house and you see stone floors and you're like, fuck, slate?
What's my Thief 2 replay killer? I think it might be the police station level where you're not allowed to use more than a certain amount of violence.
Yeah, I prefer kill the cops in Earthbound.
Like that's just beat them to death with baseball bats.
King Dead 42 gives $5 and says, for anyone looking into it, Waltzing Matilda and the band played Waltzing Matilda are different songs, though both are great folk tunes.
Out of here. You can't have two songs about Waltzing Matilda. Let's pick one.
Apparently you can.
Being greedy.
Matilda's, that Waltzing Matilda, she waltzes really well.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck she is, because like the actual song Waltzing Matilda is about a guy trying to steal a sheep and then murdering himself before the man can capture him. I don't know what nobody called Matilda shows up in it. Unless that's the name of the sheep. Anyway, Impy gives Impy gives €2 and says Metroid Prime Phazon Mines, too few save points. I agree. Phazon Mines are always the sloggy bit of the first Metroid Prime game.
Yeah, I think I know for us, the pain in the ass moment was when you kind of like get to that point where you have to go back and find all the whatever the fucks you had to find, the glyphs or whatever.
The glyphs. Oh, the game basically flat out tells you where they are, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just like fast. Like the game is can like the 3D map and
that's right. Yeah, there's no
area to area. It can be a pain in the ass.
There is no fast travel in Metroid Prime. It's all interconnections.
Very often.
But sometimes you're in the mood for that. Sometimes you want to play like an open world game with like a no fast travel skill run, just so you can zone out and enjoy the scenery.
Yeah, I think that's in the right game. That's a benefit, or that's a feature, not a bug.
Witticism gives $10. It says, to use Yahtzee's paradigm, the context and challenge of a game is inherently reduced on a replay. I fall off my replays when I feel the gameplay, catharsis, isn't carrying the experience on its own. I suppose so.
Yeah.
I mean, but you could replay
Thanks,
a game
past
for the
yards.
story, right?
Yeah,
Same way you like rewatch a movie.
I replay games for story.
Yeah.
I mean, some people like replay and like play on the next highest difficulty. I don't even do that. I'll just play the same difficulty I played the previous time.
Same. If anything, I like play. If I'm playing a game for the story, put it on easy. If I'm playing any game, just put it on easy.
No, 100%. And also, I like to leave time to my replays so that I've basically forgotten everything that's happened. I'm like, I have vague memories of this being fun and like the story being really good. I can't remember any of it. I'll go back and do it.
But then you run into the scenario where you realise you'd forgotten that it was actually kind of shit. Like when It Takes Two won Game of the Year, I said, good pick. I agree. That's a good game. And I played Split Fiction and went, oh, I've just remembered the writing in these games always sucks ass. Jonathan Griffin gives $4.99 and says, Crystal Peak in Hollow Knight, The Nameless Isle in DOS2. Oh, what's that? Help me out.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
Thank you. And The Lost River in Subnautica, all kill replays for me in my favourite games.
I'm planning to do a Hollow Knight replay. So I've only played it the one time when it first came out. I literally don't even remember what Crystal Peak was.
Top right of the map. It's like a crystal mine.
Oh, okay. It's this little purple area.
Yeah.
What a game.
Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, last night dreamed Yachts chased me with a box of nails. Well, did you drop the box of nails and I was trying to return them to you? Are you sure that you didn't misunderstand the situation?
Think about...
Well, that type of nails, Eric.
You scamp. An absolute scamp.
Yeah, I feel like every time I Google image search nails, because I need them for like an imagery, it's always fingernails first. You got to specify like iron nails.
It's weird that they're like fingernails and nails that you like hang a painting on are like, it's very different. Like, why do they have the same name? They're extremely different.
What are other words that are the names for two different things that are very different? Yahtzee, you word wizard.
Oh, I can do better than that. One of the puzzles I was doing the other day brought up words that have two meanings that have opposite meanings.
Oh, okay.
Like oversight. The word oversight has two meanings and they mean completely opposite things. Oversight can mean like you overlooked something, or it can mean you were keeping a close eye on something.
Oh, that's tricky.
God. Yes. Fucking English.
I know, it's crazy. There's a special word for that kind of word, but I've forgotten what it is.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it said contrariums?
Yeah, contronyms. That's it. Contronyms. Words with two meanings that are completely different.
Contronyms.
I mean the opposite. There's a small handful of them, but I've forgotten most of them. Now you've put me on the spot.
You had a good example. I learned something. Good.
Lost my place again. Lord of the Rings fan 193 gives $1.99 and says PS3 Lego Star Wars bomb towing vehicle levels.
Ooh, I don't remember that specifically.
No, I didn't play that one.
I can imagine that being a pain in the ass. I used to play all the Lego games.
So specific.
Yeah. I like that everyone has their like special moments that it's like, this is ingrained in my memory and I can never forget how much this is going to be.
Also, just huge shout out to Lego games. Humor in Lego games, I really like. I love how they distill all of the narrative into just miming and like slapstick humor. I like it.
I think adding dialogue was bad for the series, I think.
Even the gritty, violent bits.
Yeah.
Like I've played like Indiana Jones Lego games. And they always have to do the bit that always give you nightmares as a kid, but in Lego.
How do they do like the face melting at the end of Raiders and stuff like that?
They did it. I can't remember actually. It was some pieces by PG-13.
Eric, find it. I want to see it.
Funny, yeah. Lego Indy would have a lot of stuff like that. Have the monkey brains. It'd have
the only one
out.
The only one I remember right now is that at the end of Last Crusade, when his dad gets shot in the Lego version, he gets knocked down and his legs fall off.
That's good.
And Marcus is just carrying the torso around and panicking.
That was great. Stuff.
Coffee Koala gives £9.99 and says, car just broke down, so grateful I've got second wind to entertain while waiting for a tow truck. Clicked on the video just as Yahtzee was reciting Waltzing Matilda. Surge of Aussie pride here.
Hey.
Wait, Coffee Koala. Phoenix Wright moment. Hold it. Why do you claim to have Aussie pride, but donated in British pounds?
Oh my god.
You maybe they're like you.
They're bizarro you, yeah.
I mean, maybe they were born in Australia and live abroad now.
Bloody immigrants. Anyway, Diane Spencer gives £20.
We just got to get rid of them, is what I keep saying.
And says, thank you, Yahtzee.
That was clearly a joke meant at the two of you. If anyone's watching for the first time, I think it
Excuse me.
Yeah, we're both immigrants. Let's talk over Yahtzee a little bit more.
Excuse me, Diane Spencer paid a whole £20 for their little moment here.
People's princess.
And they said, thank you, Yahtzee. Now I've got Waltzing Matilda stuck in my head.
Waltzing Matilda.
Etc.
Oh.
Sage of Truth. Thank you, Toffee. Sage of Truth gives $10 and says, in Breath of the Wild, it was shortly after getting past the tutorial area. By then, I'd realised that without the wonder of exploration, the game itself read pretty stale. I think I had a similar experience, Sage of Truth. I think it was after, I got a horse. I was like, I can't be asked now.
I already gave that example earlier, that exact example, so I've got nothing to add.
I think you guys
I wasn't listening.
I think you guys are kooks. Once you get off the Great Plateau, that's when that baby kicks into overdrive.
Okay, so I want to put this nail in this coffin. It's an iron nail, Eric, you prick. It's not an acrylic one. When you stop a replay, that doesn't mean that you're like, oh, this bit is bad. I remember this game is bad. Like when I stop playing Breath of the Wild, I look out at the great expanse after the Great Plateau, and I'm like, wow, there's so much to do here. There's too much to do here. I have full memories of this. Bye.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, most of the games we've been talking about are games we hold in high regard. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hunter Road gives $5 and says, Shrine of Amana always makes me question my replays of Dark Souls 2. So many goddamn wizards. Yeah, I hate
booting up the game should make you question your replays of Dark Souls 2.
Some bits are good. What about Bowser's Castle in Dark Souls 2?
Yeah, I love when you go up an elevator in a windmill and you somehow show up in a lava volcano mission.
It's fantasy. You like this when you read Narnia books and oh yeah, I love it when I walk into the back of my wardrobe.
Weren't we just talking about how the best thing about
world.
Dark Souls 1 is the interconnected levels and how it all makes sense and you can look down and see where you're going to go, not upwards into a lava level above a windmill that you cannot see from below.
I'm just lying in my wardrobe.
I sometimes feel the need to. I feel the need to stand for Dark Souls 2 sometimes because I think it's unfairly maligned by a lot of people.
I think it's a good game. I just think it's the worst Souls game.
I think it's one of the more approachable Souls games.
I think Dark Souls 3 might be the most approachable. It's so
I disagree. I find Dark Souls 3 a slog. And it's a game I've tried to replay, but I've had replay killing moments frequently. Usually it's when I get to the foresty bit where it's a big old maze.
And then they're like, oh, you can go this way to Farum Keep, or you can go to the cathedral.
I want to go everywhere. I need to check I need to check every cranny for stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Zaratha gives $5 and says, enough with the 12-minute slander. Poor Dahlia and Willem, you thought he was Defoe, but he's actually just a hypnotist dad. Okay, game was weird. Game was bad, Zaratha.
Game was bad.
This is not a hill you want to die on.
Shout out to Willem Dafoe, though, friend of the show.
Well, it might get you into a position of power in the government if you die on that hill.
Ah!
The Man in Black gives $5 and says, the Earth section of Darksiders 2 has been the death of 4 attempted replays. Fair enough.
Earth section of Darksiders
so long since 2. I played those.
Yeah, I played it in 2012. I don't even remember Earth.
Yeah.
And they just announced the 4th one.
Hey. They did.
I know, I don't remember anything about Darksiders 2. I remember Darksiders 1 was the Zelda ripoff. Darksiders 3 was the Dark Souls ripoff. And Darksiders 2 was the Diablo ripoff. But that's pretty much all I remember about it.
I liked 2 had like fun dungeons. They felt like Zelda dungeons.
Fungens.
Fungeons. That's something good. Write that down. Next week's topic is going to be fungeons.
Fungens. Okay. Alex Armstrong gives $5. Says, my little bro hates parts in most RPGs where you start a new section of the map and everything between you and the boss is tons of filler enemies to grind. Well, you got to have the the level before the boss. Otherwise, it's just a boss rush game.
You got to be, if you like RPGs, you got to be broken a little bit. You got to like the grind.
How do you guys feel about entering rooms and a giant magical seal goes up against the other door and you're trapped until you've killed the things in the room?
I hate that. And I especially hate it when there's like an unskippable cutscene that forces you to watch as the force fields appear over the doors.
I agree, but I love Bayonetta.
Hmm.
So, how's that work? I don't know.
There's exceptions to all rules, right?
Yeah.
Sussy Guru 2000 gives €10 and says, the end of the first playthrough. I tried replaying Witcher 3, but inevitably dropped it because I already know how it goes and ends, and all the treasures in the open world just become a checklist. You joyless twat, Sussy Guru 2000.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to do something you've done before just because you just don't want to turn your brain on.
Yeah.
You are the king of the joyless twats. What are you on about?
What are you talking about? I'm filled with joy. I'm filled with joy when I look into the faces
bakes. You cannot bake without joy.
Look at the millionaire shortbread.
That's true. I put joy into all my baking. That's why it's always so bitter and hateful. Sussy Guru 2000 gives €10. Up to that one. Raven gives $5. Says, I love that Yahtzee uses the word in a sentence in a way that is completely unhelpful to Marty and Jemate. Here's another $5 just for being an ass.
Incredibly unhelpful. It was not helpful whatsoever.
I love being an ass. It's true. Hawkeye Goth or Gao or Goo, or however you say that, gives 200 Swedish krona and says, the Fade in Dark Dragon Age Origins. There's a reason Skip the Fade is such a popular... But hey, an earlier super chat said that exact same thing.
That's incredible. We should put the two of you guys together.
You should hang out. You'd be besties.
We have to read the rest of it.
My last attempt at an unmodded playthrough ended right at the Fade because it's such a drag with awful transformation gameplay.
Ugh. Do you guys ever sneeze so hard that it feels like stuff moved in your head?
Yeah. Like your brain rattles?
So yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
I've discovered an unusual skill in myself. I can sneeze and keep my eyes open.
I thought it's impossible.
I've heard that was impossible.
I've
do it right now.
Heard that I can't sneeze on command.
That's a whole different.
Next time we're on pod and you're like, you feel a sneeze coming, I want you to scream, "I'm gonna sneeze!" And Eric, I want you to have a preset for this that enlarges Yahtzee's camera.
Eyeball cam.
No, it's true. I can sneeze without closing my eyes, and I've read the same things as you have. That it's impossible to keep your eyes open as you sneeze. Nevertheless, I can do it.
I want to see this because I think you might think you've got your eyes open, but maybe you don't.
No, I've seen myself do it. It's true.
But I thought if you keep your eyes open, your eyes explode.
If he doesn't see himself do it, it's proof, right? Because he saw himself do it.
I can't sneeze on command. I can belch on command.
Oh. That sounded exactly like one of the burps in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when they drink the fizzy lifting drink. It was like perfect. Exact same.
See, in your throat, you have what's called an epiglottis, which is the flap that decides whether the things coming down your throat go into your lungs or your stomach. And usually air goes into your lungs and food goes into your stomach. But I know how to consciously move the epiglottis so I can draw air into my stomach, and then I can belch it out again.
You could also use that to pour sand directly into your lungs.
You're like Tenet. Yes. You're like John Protagonist from Tenet.
I know. I have crazy, useless skills.
Where's Toffee? How come you're just burping all today? There's no dog even to look at.
I'm demonstrating my burpee skill.
What do you think Toffee is?
I'll get Ludo just as a consolation prize.
We just got burps and we got no dogs.
Toffee's over there. He's off camera.
She's stretching.
Right.
Come here.
I'll believe you guys. I'll believe you. Oh, there's Toffee.
Yes.
Toffee's great. Do we got Ludo?
Anyway.
Where's Ludo?
Murray the Demonic Skull comes back with another $5 and says, all this cranking talk makes you want to see the latest Patreon exclusive, Smash or Pass on Smash Brothers.
Hey,
Yeah,
that
yes.
went up this morning.
One of the
Join the
most
Patreon
chaotic
now.
videos we've ever made.
Truly.
Join the Patreon now for that particular little cultural diamond will fall into your lap.
That was my idea. They were like, make a tier list video, and I was like, I've got one.
I've got one. Every Smash Bros. Ultimate character and how much we want to fuck him.
Yeah.
I liked how you guys just sent over the chart after you recorded and was like, what do you guys think this is? And I think I was like immediately like, oh, it's who you want to fuck.
Yeah, you knew it.
It was like because Bayonetta was at the top and all the children were at the bottom. And I was like, oh, that's definitely.
Yeah.
Blistered Solgus 199 and says, next week's podcast, our favourite cranking games.
Listen.
I mean, sure.
Do you
let's all
mean things on this? I literally don't remember
No.
the games on this.
Our favourite porn games to masturbate to. Let's all bond by discussing these things.
Straight up went into my Steam settings to remove the crank, to put in the crank filter because I was sick of going to new and trending and it being all porn games. I was like, I don't care. Show me games rather than like PNG.
Oh, you're saying porn games can't be games?
Man, I'm trying to think of an example of a porn game that's actually a pretty good game in its own right, but none is immediately leaping to mind. The Witcher 3, maybe. There's titties in that.
I don't know for your favorite porn game with a good story.
Do you, chat, give examples of porn games that are actually good and fun games to play. And while you're thinking about that, Lord of the Rings fan gives 193, 499 gives 499 and says, for saying nice things about Ratchet and Clank. Thanks.
Ratchet and Clank, yeah, lads, come on. Ratchet and Clunk.
I
don't think you said rift apart was a pun for ripped apart. Is it supposed to be?
I can't imagine they didn't realize it when they came up with the title. I mean, historically, Ratchet and Clank have always been putting stealth bum jokes in their titles.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, but I just assumed it was a play on drift apart.
Well, if it wasn't an intentional play on ripped apart, it was an astonishingly coincidental
happy accident
thing. But the fact that Ratchet and Clank has a history of stealth bum jokes inclines me to believe that it was punning on ripped apart.
Sure, agreed. It's just weird.
Anyway, Karuta Cowboy, member for 20 months in the value tier, and says, unrelated, but anyone got any comic book recommendations? Been in the mood to read some recently. It doesn't have to be superhero related. Ugh. I used to like Hellblazer, Karuta Cowboy, although it's had so many different writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be a bad group to ask that to. You should tune into a podcast where Darren is on the Rewind. He literally has walls of comics behind him.
Man, a film critic who likes comics, he must have felt fucking quids in the last couple of decades of films.
He wants superhero movies to die. I think he's like so sick of them. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's Tsunami Dusha giving a whole $20 to say his persistent lack of words.
Wait, what do you say? Nothing?
Yes, nothing.
Oh, what?
Incredible.
I got 6 likes for it.
7. I just busted one out.
Oh, blimey. Peter Parker SL gives $20 and says, was inspired to replay Fallout New Vegas thanks to Marty. Gameplay-wise, I'm struggling to get through it until I can get my favourite weapon, the Pushy. Nothing like one-punching a Deathclaw like a post-apocalyptic Saitama. Saitama, the protagonist of One Punch Man.
Fallout New Vegas, the gameplay does nothing for me. I think having to hoover up items and lug them like a pack mule is still something I don't like. But I think the writing, the characters, and the side quests are so fucking good in that game.
Yeah, it's all about the writing of that one, isn't it? That's Black Isle's specialty.
Yeah.
Or Obsidian.
Yeah, that's Obsidian. Actually, there's like a bunch of studios that's like former Black Isle lads, isn't there?
I don't know too much about Black Isle.
Anyway, Fuzzy Freestyle gives $2 Canadian. Says sewer levels kill my momentum in any game. Okay, there's your challenge.
Water levels?
Name a good sewer level in games. Blighttown? Does Blighttown count?
Ugh.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say so, because the sewers are like the depths just before Blighttown.
Yeah.
There's some good
And you were
swamp
just saying
levels.
how
The
much
swamp
you
is like
hate
an outdoor sewer. I like the swamp level in Banjo-Kazooie. That's a good swamp level.
I like swamp theming for sure.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Ludo is wilding out down there.
Yeah,
She's got an itchy
and
chin, apparently.
Christ.
Oh, she's off.
Toffee wants to be on his perch as well.
Ah.
I think Toffee senses we're getting to the end of the super chat. Hill87 gave us 50 Danish kroner and says, in Civ or RimWorld, when I hit perpetual stability, I prefer the early gameplay of establishing the colony or nation and fighting for survival. Yeah. It's boring when there's no more challenge.
Yeah. There can be like almost that kind of escalation or de-escalation where you're like, this is not the thing I was here for, or like I wanted to get off this ride at a certain point, which I get.
Or knowing the game enough that you know that you've hit that point of stability. Like you have a familiarity with the genre that you're like, oh, I can kind of tell that nothing
Sure.
can challenge me anymore.
That's when you
Yeah.
want to throw the curveballs in, like SimCity where they drop the meteorites, or in Jurassic World Evolution where you have to do the mission where a dinosaur breaks out and you have to deal with it.
Oh, I like that.
Toffee, are you trying to get under the towel? Do you need help?
He's having trouble.
Aww. Bless him.
There you go. Toffee has his little toffee nest. He was content. And Mirith gives $2 and says, knowing optimal gameplay can kill a replay. Well,
Yeah.
yes, that's why I try to keep that out of my mind when I play games.
Yeah.
Some people are all about downloading the optimal build guide.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't find any. I don't play any game that way. I don't play RPGs that way. I don't play like there's people who play through Persona and the first time just use a guide to be like all the correct answers and how to like min max your free time in the game. And I'm like, oh, that seems like all work. Seems like some spreadsheet shit.
I mean, I find it annoying to be constantly going back and forth, tabbing between like a web browser and the game.
Yeah,
I hate it so much.
That's gonna kill your immersion.
yeah. The only thing I use those for is if there's like in Persona's case, like, oh, you can miss the last chunk of the game if you don't do X, Y, and Z. So I like knowing that I have to do X, Y, and Z.
I wouldn't mind like having like a spreadsheet up if I was playing something like The Root Trees Are Dead or Obra Dinn, because I just feel like an extension of the game, you know? It's like it's all the stuff that's the stuff on your desk, the stuff you've got on your desk to help you work.
I love like pen and paper games. Like
getting a notepad out.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that shit. Playing Animal Well and writing down like things I'd noticed and stuff is just so memorable. Or like blueprints, right? Jotting down things you found, things to look out for, solutions for puzzles you haven't seen yet. Very, very cool.
Jotting down why can't I run faster?
Yeah.
Well, that's it for Super Chats. Thank you for listening to the Windbreakers podcast. In conclusion, boy, those replay killing moments suck.
Yeah.
Yes, I was Yahtzee Groshaw. I was joined by Jay and Marty.
Yeah.
And Toffee, who's still around here somewhere. Content. Yes, we've got a lot of that. All the content you could possibly want on the Second Wind channel. There's my weekly review, Fully Ramblematic, which this week will be on the subject of Sid Meier's Pirates as part of my contractual obligations. That was what was voted for in the Summer Game Drought poll. I've also got my weekly stream, Yahtzee Tries, on the Wednesday afternoon, and I've got a semi-ramblematic this week dropping. It will be on the subject of puns.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll all enjoy that.
How much Monkey Island are you talking about?
Because you love the name DK Bonanza, right?
Yes, I kicked off from the title Bonanza.
Oh wait, so that's that video's not even out yet? The one with the Ratchet and Clank thing that I just mentioned? I guess I just read the script.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yes, that's my stuff. What else have we got for the lovely people?
Hey, you had a brand new spanking design delve. go up this morning.
Yeah, it's been a while, but Design Delve is back. It's all about what developers misunderstand about open world design. Going into a few good examples rather than one extremely bad one, which is usually what I do. But yeah, we're back to our usual schedule now. So in a couple of weeks, you'll get another one. But yeah, that's me. Unless I'm on any streams in the week, I might be. Sometimes I'm pulled in to be on stuff. So I'll see you then.
There you go. And then normal stream schedule this week with everyone back. Hidden Gems later tonight with the full crew. Nick and Jenna will be playing a game tomorrow afternoon. Casey and I will be back Wednesday evening, continuing or starting a new playthrough of a new game. I hinted at what it might be, but it hasn't been locked in yet, so maybe that. And then more Fallout. And Jack will be back to join Jess and I on Thursday.
Don't forget, there's a new Patreon exclusive video today that was also mentioned. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel and make sure we keep making content long into our dotage, the best way to support us is to join the Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And you get all kinds of extra shit for that.
Yeah, just in the past couple of days, we had that incredible group video went up this morning, Smash or Pass, which is delightfully unhinged. And then I had one go up last week where I just read through an old issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly, cover to cover. Let me tell you, some of those ads were nuts. There was one the ad was just a big jock strap, and the tip of it was all green because it was implied that you poured green hot sauce into your friend's jock strap. And it was for like a party game for the Xbox. I don't know what was going on there. Weird ad.
Yeah, there were a lot of weird magazine ads in the age of John Romero's going to make you his bitch.
Yeah, just lawless. Truly insane. Oh, we got one last super chat then before.
Yep, another one from Murray the Demonic Skull. He gives $5 and says, I loved Sid Meier's Pirates as a kid, but last time I tried replaying, I bounced when all the famous pirates were dealt with. Thanks for your life story, Murray the Demonic Skull.
I like the pirates.
Perhaps you could enjoy this week's review.
Did you play the old one or the new one? Or the newer one?
The 2004 one was we specifically made sure everyone understood that's what they were voting for.
Sure. I imagine you probably don't want to go back and play the old one.
No, that was like 1987 that came out.
Yeah, I think there was an NES port of it. The past. We did it.
Anyway, that's it from us. I'll see you all on Wednesday. We'll see you all whenevs. Have a nice day. Bye then.
Waltzing Matilda. Dancing in the streets.
Waltzing Matilda. Waltzing Matilda. There'll come a waltzing Matilda. And he sang as he shoved that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Can I leave? Are we done?
Yes, we can go.